Actually, is there a joke there? Because like now, like people are saying gingers are black. So is it
No one's
like?
yeah.
It's a real thing, Josh. People are saying it.
Why are me and John the only ones?
So John said
gingers are black.
We're learning.
This is my impression. This is my impression of a Jewish. This is my impression of a Jewish lawyer turning on the Kanye Hitler song for the first time. Oh, damn, it's good. Like, that's the first
song.
Comedian
Writing
jokes from Josh.
Zach are crazy.
I'm my special guest here today.
Podcast every week.
This is really fun.
What do you have? A couple of comedians?
Welcome to Comedians Writing Stand-Up Comedy. One day we'll write a better name for that, but right now at SEOs, this is the only show out there where comedians, professional comedians, amateur comedians, sexy comedians bring their rough jokes and you see the writing process raw. As always, we say 1,000 monkeys could eventually write Shakespeare, and you are the fucking monkey. So get in that comment section and put the tags. Write these jokes better than us. Show us that you out there on the internet are smarter than the comedians as we all figure out how to be less bad together. With that being said, are you guys ready to start the pod with some rough jokes?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We only have 2 rules. Rule number 1, you have to just do the joke. No lead up, no preamble. Rule number 2, it can't be a completed banger because we all do feedback. I'm going to start. So, Zach, bring me up on stage.
All right. Coming to the stage right now is Josh Stramiello. Give it up, everyone.
Yeah. So I was talking to my friend the other day, and he was like, would you suck a dick for $100,000? And I looked at him, and I was like, of course I would. It's bigoted to say no in this economy. And he was like, would you suck a dick? But would you suck a dick for $200,000? And I was like, this is stupid. That's so dumb. I already said yes to $100,000. And he's like, but would you suck a dick for $10 million? I'm like, yes. This is so dumb. And he's like, I just want to know how high the number has to be before you realize you're not getting paid and you're just sucking a dick. He's like, if I was like, I'll give you $2 billion. He's like, whoa. I'm gonna need to see some money. There it is. That's the first joke. There we go.
All right. It gave me the vibes. You guys remember that old meme where it's like, dude, this weird guy told me if I sucked his dick, he'd give me a bag of Doritos. He's right over there. And they would show like his hands with the Doritos on it. That's kind of like a little bit of the vibe that I'm getting from the joke. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know where it was going at first.
I love the direction, but I hate the premise. If I'm being like completely honest,
I want honest.
Just because that premise has been done, overdone, redone. It's like, would you suck a dick for $1 million? It's like every comic in their first fucking 5 or 6 years has that joke. You know what I mean?
It took me 7. It took me 7 years to find this joke, John.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not trying to knock you or anything. It's a good premise, and like I said, I like the direction of it because the direction's different. But I've heard it cooked and created so many different ways. It's kind of like a grilled cheese. You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do with it without it being the same thing that we've heard before.
I feel that. So, okay, I like it. Chris, let's hear some feedback from you.
Well, I guess it's all about preference. Like me personally, I prefer something that's more personal to you. So if there's a way for you to make
get $100,000. Get $100,000, Chris. I'll show you how personal this joke is.
Okay,
right? It get real
that's
fast.
What I needed to, that's really what I was trying to get at. It wasn't even a criticism. It was really a flirt. Okay, but no. But seriously, like I like shit that's more personal. So like I don't know. It's just a way for that story to be like real. You know what I mean? Like you really had to be in a situation where you had to suck a dick for $100,000. Now, I hope you don't ever have to be in a place where you have to suck a dick for $100,000.
Yeah.
But if there's a way to like, I don't know, make that story just like personal to you. That's
so you want me to be you want me to be trafficked in real life, and that's what you're looking
if
for.
that's where we're going with it, then I mean,
That's the thing about the joke. Look at the framework of it. It doesn't have to be suck a dick. You know what I mean? You can change that out. You can change that out to something else. It could be fucking burritos, whatever you want it to be. But
okay, would you sell your underwear? Would you,
absolutely,
like, would you fart? You could make it fantastical. I like that too. Yeah.
Because,
okay.
Would you fart in a cake for $100?
Would you sit on a cake? I think sit on a cake is pretty good.
You're not playing into my kink, Josh. I need you to fart in the cake.
Yeah. I like that. And
eat it?
Let me tell you. So I'll tell you how I wrote it. So this was a real, like, I was talking with a friend that is going through a very expensive divorce. And he was like talking about all the different things that they'd done. And he was like, yeah, I can actually look at like a certain year and be like, I paid this much money for this sex act. And he was like, I don't know, would you? He's like, I feel like my wife isn't very grateful. I feel like a lot of people would take this deal. And he's like, would you suck a dick for $100,000? So it was a real conversation. And the thing was, he just kept going up with it. I'd never heard someone go up with it. And then he was the one in the conversation, which wasn't even like comics. It was like real people. He was like, I just wonder at what amount of money you would stop and question how you're getting paid. And then I was like, oh, that is really funny.
And in three examples, like more than 3 examples, you're pushing it, I think.
Or
Yeah.
Or if we stick with it, like there needs to be some, like, just like the meme I talked about, how there's that big misdirect where he's like $1 million and he's like, I just want to know when to stop when you think you're going to get paid. And then you're just like, huh? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to pay? Like some kind of misdirect. Like the dick was already in there the whole time. You already went to work.
Yeah. Okay. This is all good feedback. I love it. We're doing the pod. This is how we do it. Jon comes in, says my joke is hack. Kris comes in, lightly homophobic as a black man. Everyone stepped away from the joke. And I get, but you know what? I dove on the grenade to get the pod started. So now we get to pass the buck. You know what? Coming next to the stage with a hot new joke all the way from Austin, Texas. He's balder than Joe Rogan, but with a beard better than Tom Segura. It's Jon Carden.
Yay. Happy to be here. I've noticed a lot of stuff about lawyers lately because, I don't know, I've been to court a lot. My mom's name's Tammy. I've been to court a lot. Uh, and I was noticing the attorneys are doing this thing where they're using like fighters' names. Like there was a guy that was like Brad the Outlaw Underwood. And I'm like, are you representing me or are you my co-defendant? You know what I mean? What are you? And there's a dude, man, Kris, the badass attorney. But they aired his commercial on public access TV. So they edited out ass and made it butt. And I'm like, that's a different attorney, you know? The bad butt attorney, that's a different attorney. That's what I want repping me for a murder trial right there, the bad butt attorney. Um And there's another dude. He did a commercial where he rips his sleeves off and he has full tattoo sleeves. And then 2 eagles fly up on his shoulder and he hops on a Harley. And he's like the freedom attorney, here to grant you your freedom. And I'm like, I don't know. If I need my attorney to have one thing, I think it's sleeves. You know? I don't I don't think that's high up on the bar there, you know, just a couple, maybe some wrist cuffs to make me think that I'm not gonna get a felony.
Yeah.
But I've realized, man, I've been to court so many times that I can tell what you did based on what you're wearing. Like if we're in a municipal court and you're in a sweatsuit, you're there for a traffic violation. You're in and out, baby. You know what I mean? You're not worried about sticking around. Now you add a collar and some jeans, you might have done some shit. You're worried about a misdemeanor. You add a tie to that collar, stick around. You know what I mean? Felonies are about to get handed out. I was in court and I saw a dude go up and the lady was like, you realize you blew a super extreme DUI. She goes, you blew a .68. He goes, is that the high score? She says, no, but sweetheart, you're on the leaderboard. You're up there. Like you did it. I don't know if that's
Is
what
this
you
a
were trying to
special
do.
taping? This is a special taping? What is this, the longest joke we've ever had? You got to give us a chance to jump in. Let's break this up in sections. This is good.
This is how I
But
write, Josh.
This is good. No, it's good. You're killing. Yeah. It's just, yeah, we gotta. It's too much for us to even goldfish memory the entire thing. So the first idea, I think you're talking about the lawyer commercials, right?
Yeah, all the lawyers that are like
Yeah,
using these
the old
weird
school
nicknames,
boxer
man.
name.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. I loved it. As soon as you said it, I laughed like because I was like, bro, clever because that's exactly what they fucking sound like, bro. That's fucking funny.
Zach.
Tammy was like triggering for me. That was memorable. I don't know why. Like it's not a thing people say. You know what I mean? It's not like Chad or Karen. But for some reason, when you said Tammy, I instantly had like a vision of like a crackhead redhead mother
Yeah.
falling out of a trailer. Like
Yeah.
that's
So
just
yeah, I mean, I do a lot of shit
that
about
was
my
good.
mom, and I've got like pretty stereotypical Tammy for a mom. So like it just kind of works, for a lot of bits, and just to explain like my lens and why I see things the way I do. Um, because I don't necessarily always speak like someone who was raised by a Tammy.
Yeah.
So
How long you
my
been doing comedy?
12 years.
12 years. I want to make a point here. What I love, and this pod shows it a lot, is like everyone brings a rough joke, right? And so for someone that might be a one liner, for another person that might be a long story with no laughs. John was just killing on a Zoom call, just getting us all cracked up for like 4 minutes, right? But the difference of what a rough joke is to a third year comic or a seventh year comic or a 12-year comic, like when you go, I had to go to court because my mom's name is Tammy. You're the word economy, like you're just like you. That's like, oh, this is a professional comedian because your rough joke, like you're literally like giving us all this information, white trash without saying white trash,
Yeah.
criminal record without saying criminal record. Like you just dumped a whole setting on us in like 4 seconds. And like I just want to say no notes on that, but like we just the way this joke starts, it's like on brand with you. As Kris was saying with the dick sucking joke, it's very relatable and personal with you, right? Like Kris was like he
Yeah.
wanted to be there, he wanted to see me suck a dick, but I felt like I saw you in that court.
Yeah.
But like it's funny the way you're describing the different lawyers. Like Jim Adler is like the Iron Man of these like ridiculous lawyers, right? Jim Adler, Texas Hammer,
Yep.
and now like there's all these different like spin-offs. I thought we were talking about the butt lawyer. See, you had so much material to go into after that, but like for me, I just would have sat there and like dug into that more. Like I would have gotten off because he's just like this. Justice doesn't quit, and neither does his ass. And like people are just distracted by his ass the whole time, and that's what gets like people their freedom. Like the good butt lawyer, like it's like the good wife, but like a male gay version of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And you
it
know what the
was.
crazy thing
But that's
is?
the thing, you had so much more to do. Yeah.
Is I
I
didn't
don't want
even
my
get to
lawyer
the
to have a
spot.
good blood.
I didn't get to the spot that I actually wanted to work on. That I actually like all that. I do want advice because it's not perfected. It's something I've been working on for a minute, but I've never really gotten it
Still
right.
good.
The second part is the part that like that's the part that
Okay.
I like.
All right. So, in a never before seen stand up writing comedy podcast, first, we're going to now get part 2 of joke 1 for Jon Carden.
Yeah.
Like Garden. Get his fucking name right. All right. Part 2. Here we go.
The only reason I was mad that you got my name wrong is I've done your law podcast. I literally sat next to you for like 2 hours.
I have dyslexia, dude. I don't know my wife's birthday. So, we're learning it together.
Uh,
No,
so this is the
wait.
second part. I know I'm skipping it, dude.
Yeah. I don't think
If we dive into that, this is a different podcast. Let's go get real Dr. Phil in here real quick. Um,
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
all right, so just like the second part of the joke was just like this guy's at the stand and the judge is like, you realize you blew a super extreme, you blew a .68, and she goes, that carries a mandatory jail sentence, and he goes, yeah, I assumed so. He goes, I was driving backwards on the interstate. He goes, I figured that came with some time, Your Honor. And it got me to thinking, though, like .68, that's high. That's like .68. The legal limit is .08. .68, you've done some drinking. And I don't know that I've ever had .68 worth of problems. I grew up in a trailer with 5 different stepdads. And I don't think that I've gotten to .68. Wait, what gets you to .68? What's that recipe? You come home one day and there's a dude banging your wife. Okay, point one. Okay. That dude's dressed in a clown costume. We're at point two. Turn that dude into a little person. Little shoes, big dick. Or big shoes, little dick. Whatever you want to do. We're at point three. At a crowd. There's people watching. Okay, we're at point four. There's a popcorn vendor. We're at point five. Okay. There's a train monkey in the room taking dildos, commemorative dildos to everyone. We're at point six. And that's just where I'm at on it. I have no
Yeah.
idea like how to build like where to go with that as far as like building how do you get to 0.68? What
I
is
wish
the
you would have
recipe
said.
for
Oh my
what
bad.
is the recipe for problems?
Yeah.
I just wish you would have said little people again. Like, okay, so like how you said it's a little guy, right? So it's a little person, and then there's
Yeah.
people watching. That's point four. And then there's the people watching are little people. You see what I'm saying? Then that's point
Okay,
five. You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like if you would have went back, like I wish you would have went back to that little people thing because that shit was funny. Like,
Yeah,
Or
I
call back to
like
the
he invited Munchkin Land.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like there's more people watching. That's 4.4, and all the people watching were little people. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Now it's you
Yeah.
like you've added.
I
she's got a
like
wicked
the
fetish.
yeah. I like the idea of laying out all the individual steps leading up to it. I also like in a different direction, but similar premise or same premise. Point oh eight is just a night of fun where you had slightly too much fun.
I mean,
0.68 stopped being fun point 0.5 ago. like like 0.68, you've had fights with your friends. You've been
yeah.
kicked out of bars. Like 0.08, we've all had a little too much fun. Just one shot from the hot girl. That's what 0.08 is. 0.68 is someone blocked your number. Like all the I like it, yes, like you were like focusing on like all the sex stuff that drove him to that, and I like that as an idea, but I also like how far gone 0.68 is. Like it devolves, right? Like
Mhm.
you're getting banned from a bar, you're losing a close friend, your wife is blocking you, your kids have moved, like that all has to happen to get to a 0.68. There's a suicide attempt in there. Between 0.4 and 0.5, there's always a suicide attempt. And you fail,
Yeah.
and that makes you want to go drink again.
I like that idea of like slowing the timeline down a little bit more. You know what I mean? And like maybe extrapolate just expanding on certain things.
Yeah, it take away from this. I agree. Like maybe it doesn't have to be sexual to make it
Yeah.
funny. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. Wrecked his
Because
car.
Point
it's a
But
funny thought.
a
Yeah.
0.08 a 0.08 DUI is a story that starts at 6 p.m. on a Friday and ends at 11 p.m. on a Friday. But a 0.68 is a story that starts at a 5 p.m. on a Friday and ends the next April. It ends in
Yeah.
April. Like it's a different story.
I think there's a way to like, yeah, like I do agree. Like jumping straight to someone fucking your wife was like it's a lot, but I do think like that ending part, like you can still have the other like parts that kind of lead up to it, but the ending part is so fantastic. I was hoping that your stepdads would make an appearance again, and they were there filming.
Okay.
Like that's when you were like, I'm done. Like I'm done. She's like it's just a public gangbang at this point.
Bring Tammy back in. We want
Tammy's handing
We
out
want
Jello shots.
More Tammy in this show. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, you can't give us any grandkids, but this small midget, this small guy on Craigslist said he was going to get the job done.
Show my stepdaughter what a real man is. Show my daughter-in-law what a real man is.
Man.
What a real little man is.
His name is Tripod. Actually, Pogo Stick. It's not even a tripod at that point.
Hell yeah.
No, that was
Nice.
dope.
Yeah, I like
Cool.
it. Look, job well done.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
That's a man who's writing for time. All right. Okay. Coming next to the stage. I was trying to intentionally mispronounce Chris's last name. I don't even know how I would do that.
Kris Gardner. No.
Gardner.
Gardner.
Okay.
Whoa! That's a hard R, dude. Chill out.
Gardner. Oh,
I
I
would have
hear
went
it.
French. I would have went Gardner.
Hey, Gardner.
Yeah. Christophe Gardner.
So Gardner, I didn't know you were Hispanic. I always thought you were black, Chris.
No.
Okay, coming next to the stage with his first joke in less than 5 minutes. Make some noise for Kris Gardner.
Well, I have two. I have one I've never told, and then I have one that I've told, but I don't know. I've literally only told it once.
There's only 2 rules, Chris.
just
There's
pick
only
one.
2 goddamn rules.
What's the goddamn
Jesus.
rule?
You know what? After John said, there's 3 rules. There's 3 rules.
Hey, don't invite me to the show if you don't want me to tell you.
Just jump into it. Just jump into it.
All right. Shannon Sharp is in trouble right now. I feel bad for him because he got caught on the recording. I feel bad for him not because he got caught, but just because he's the only person who can't be like, yeah, that's not my voice. On a like that's why he had to apologize immediately because they like, yeah, hey, go, get your ass on. So I can't do his voice, but that was my attempt. I'm not an impersonation kind of guy. All right, that was my joke number one.
Well, let's stay in that.
Okay,
Thoughts
good.
on, thoughts on that. Thoughts on
I
that.
would do the comparison as to like what he sounds like. You know what I mean? He sounds like a horse trying to get peanut butter off the roof of his mouth. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I like it. There we go. Yep.
Whatever. Shannon Sharp sounds like a tuba with a celery stuck in it. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You got a lot of
Mhm.
shit right there. You can just boom, 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 boom. You don't ever have to do the impersonation. You know what I mean? Because I used to do a joke about Randy Moss. How Randy Moss looks like somebody that you should be scared of, but sounds like a NASCAR driver.
I knew it was Shannon Sharp because that's the only black man that's fucking a 20-year-old white girl talking about LeBron James' stat line from last night. Like he was like, "Did you see LeBron?
He was the only person. King James, he got Lakers in 5.
I'm beating
see,
this put."
That's the thing. He doesn't have like an accent or distinctive voice. Like he just sounds angry kind of all the time. So like I don't think there's even much of an impression there. Yeah, I think just like talking and describing the voice he has is really good because there's nothing very unique about his voice. You'd probably just scream. You'd be like, I can fuck 20-year-olds all I want. So I didn't know what Instagram Live was. I didn't know what it was. I pressed the
What?
button.
Stephen A. Skip. No, so, all right,
Yeah,
that's what I like that. Just talking about the voice instead of trying to like do it. Yeah, because I think it's just a funny concept because I think his voice is unique though with the way he speaks. Like
Skip.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's the play. All right, well then there we go. There's my one. Let's stick to that rule number 1 or whatever fucking rule you have.
There were only 2. I didn't think it was that hard.
I didn't remember.
Do your second joke, Chris. Do your second joke.
Do your second joke.
Okay. God, I act like it's part of the other one. No, but it's not. There aren't any zoos in Africa because black people don't fuck with animals. We don't have the time to try to catch them and find them. We don't do that. We'll put you in an armored car and make you look 50 yards away and be like, "You see that over there? It's a lion." So, there you go. There's that.
I think it's Africans. It's Africans don't fuck with animals.
No, it's the black people. They're the core. Like that's where people come from. Like that's why
Mike Vick owned a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, but he ain't fuck with them though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He fucked with the ones that can fight.
He fuck. See, black people don't like all animals. We like winners. So,
Or maybe I'm trying to think of if I've ever seen a black woman say she had a fur baby. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen it. I think you're onto something with that.
That's what I'm trying. I don't know where to go, like, because I just know that to our core we don't fuck with animals.
It's only mixed chicks. It's only mixed chicks who are fur babies.
Yeah, exactly. It's the white side.
Yeah, they're like, check out this. But I thought I had the imagery in my head because I love watching Love on the Spectrum, and they took the kids from Love on the Spectrum like through the safari, and they're like, look, a lion, and it's like 50 yards away. Maybe that's the only way they get away with it is like taking Disney adults, like or autistic people to it because they don't care. They're just like, that's a giraffe. It could be a cardboard cutout for all we know. We have no clue.
So far away.
Yeah, that's the grift, dude. Like
That's
it's just like
that's funny.
you
don't
really
even know
gotta
if it's real.
squint.
Chris, I
Oh,
think
can I
it's
use the
really
binoculars? They're broken.
I think it's really funny that they don't have zoos in Africa, but they have wildlife refuges. So basically, like, they didn't lock them in a cage; they just segregated. They was like, "Nah, you stay
Good
over
job.
there, we stay over here. You stay on the east side, we gonna stay on the west side."
Right, I got it.
I like that. I like that.
Black people, we don't have pets. We have hustles.
Okay.
Because like the safari is just hustling white
Mhm.
tourists.
Oh, for sure. 'Cause
They-
it's not,
but
we
then
we
also-
don't have to feed these animals. We
Yeah.
don't gotta.
But you could bring Mike Vick back into this too. You see a black man with animals. There's a hustle there. Look at Mike Vick. Like that, he didn't love or hate those dogs. He was trying to make a few stacks.
I
On
can
an
see your
off
point
day.
though.
It's a hustle.
You know what? Those are like legit little pieces. Like everybody that just said something. Like I literally pulled something from everything y'all just said. I think that shit's gonna be funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
the
Hey,
last
this
time
shit
I
really
saw
works.
the last time I saw a homie with a puppy, there were 6 more in his trunk, and he was selling them. He wasn't walking them. He certainly wasn't doing that.
All right, I like that.
Kendrick
What breed is
Perkins-
this? I don't know. Fucking peonies.
Pit bulls.
Kendrick Perkins owns a French bulldog empire. Like, he's got like over like I think 20 or 30 French bulldogs that he breeds. He makes millions of dollars a year on French bulldogs.
Yeah, they make. Yeah, that's what they for real money. Like I do have friend. I have a friend that like drives a Lamborghini because of fucking dogs. Crazy ass
Crazy.
shit.
It's because of white
Bring it
people.
in. Make it personal. Yeah.
White people buy dogs.
Do what. Yeah.
What? Animals for black people is like crypto to white guys. They just do it for the money, man.
Just do it.
They get way too into it. They just get way too into it, dude.
White
White
people
people
just
have a
like
different relationship with dogs.
No, white people just have to
'Cause
own
white
something
people,
that's
we
living.
like dogs.
White people
Yeah.
just have to own something that's living. Okay, whether it's a cat, a gerbil, a hamster, a ferret, a bearded dragon, a snake, white people just have to own something that is living and breathing. It is in our DNA.
Kanye.
We can't stop.
Oh, okay, Kanye. We all
We can't stop. Prove me wrong.
You know what? This is an eclectic group. We have one black person and we have one child of Tammy. And then I'm pretty sure Zach is gay. I never asked him. I'm just looking at his background of the studio. But okay. I just want to pause the podcast real quick. So Kanye has a song that came out recently called I don't even know if I can, what's the
title of it?
H. It's talking about hell. I don't even know if I can say it on YouTube. It's probably gonna get the video taken down. He has a song where he's like, I don't even know how I don't even know how to talk about it.
I've heard it.
Is it
It's
about
in
the
a
people?
recording.
No, hold on. Is it about the people that do the thing about the tall grass?
No, it's no. Let's replace the words. It's
All my
File
black-
Bitler. File Bitler.
Basically,
Okay.
the song is all my black people, not the words used.
Mm-hmm.
Support Adolf Hitler. Like that's like the deconstructed.
Okay, the song is fire. The notes and the messaging is horrible, but the song, like just the beat and the artistry of it is a good song though.
Everyone-
but it's not
every-
something that
That's
like
so
if they
funny.
replace the words, if they replace
Just
the
go on
words,
stage and say that. Just go on stage and say that. Dude.
This is
That is
my
so
impression.
fucking funny.
This is my impression. This is my impression of a Jewish. This is my impression of a Jewish lawyer turning on the Kanye Hitler song for the first time. Oh damn, it's good. Like that's the first
song.
It's like the second plane has hit the tower is like the reaction. You're like, damn.
This motherfucker
It's
spitting.
how I feel every time I hear the national anthem. Like, so it's just like it's because it's a dope song. It's a great song. You may not like the words, but it's a dope song.
These are not the same thing. The American anthem.
Kind of.
No.
Kind of.
Let me prove it. Let me prove it. I can say all the words of the anthem in a row right now, and that's fine. I can't say any of the words.
That's fair.
I can't say any of the words.
Actually, is there a joke there? Because like now, like people are saying gingers are black. So is it
No one's
like, yeah?
It's a real thing, Josh. People are saying it.
Why are
John?
John the only ones?
So John said
gingers are black.
We're learning. John said it.
No,
No. Go on TikTok. Go on TikTok.
I've heard it.
Gingers are black, and they're headbanging to
Gingers
this.
are black. So like the redhead people.
I had a black dad.
Yeah,
I've got a black father.
There's like some kind of like DNA thing that the gingers have whipped out to prove they have souls and they're black. Like
if gingers are black, Kanye has not gone far enough yet, because Kanye is the superhero we needed if we're now saying gingers are black. Like we lost it. We lost it. We lost the narrative.
Kanye.
I don't care what he did. College Dropout is one of the best albums of all time. And as long as he made that, you know what? I'll tolerate him.
If it was like Soulja Boy, it would be so easy to just decry his racism. If it was Soulja Boy that dropped the song, he'd be like, it's wrong. No one should listen to it. It's also racist. It's bad. It's Soulja Boy.
If Soulja Boy dropped it, I'd be like, I'd never listen to Soulja Boy ever again.
The problem is we have like a top.
Who listens to Soulja Boy anyway?
That's my point. That's the point. that a generational artist went insane and fell into. Honestly, okay. I want to say one more take on this. I have one
It's the
more take
Kardashians, dude. They do it, dude. They're poisonous pussy.
I think it's the whippets, the drug abuse, and the untreated bipolar as well. But take your pick.
Nope.
No one's wrong here. No one's wrong
pussy.
here. Okay, it's Kim's pussy. I do think the song is art. I think it's art. So one take was, it's a good song, but also